Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Like, share, and subscribe without smashing or hitting anything. And let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Aries. Aries, let's see what's going on for you today. See which energy cards we can get to pop out for you. Let's see what's going on for Aries. We get some more energy cards for Aries. Any messages for Aries today? Almost messages. Near messages. Energy cards for Aries, please. Yeah, they want to talk. What is this? Oh, woman holding a heart. Okay. We've said before that this could be a man, this could be a woman, it could be anyone holding anything. It does not have to be a heart. See if we can get some more cards to help clarify what the messages that we want to receive today. Okay. Maybe a couple more. 1, 2 more for Aries. All right, let's do 1 or 2 more passes real quick here. Okay. Okay. Thank you. You can read with 1 card, but it's helpful to have more. 1 more time. All right, come on out. Or stay in. Choose. Don't do the halfway thing. Okay. All right. So I saw this one as well. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So let's just start with the woman holding the heart. And we also have the thinking woman. Again, could be a man, could be a woman. And we have, let's take a look at the door to spirit real quick here. Door to spirit we'll put up here. We also have the garden and the gate. Remember this one? She's standing at the gate. She's got the key around her neck. She could leave anytime she wants. We have envy. Envy came out for you guys. Put him over there. Could be him, could be her. Could be them. Could be more than one person. Healer of the ages. That's you. You are light workers. So, honestly, anytime you're on a spiritual awakening or you're a light worker or an empath, a lot of times, and you could be a light worker and an empath, by the way, and a lot of times you get shade from other directions. I attribute it to most of the time people just see something in you that's like a goodness that they notice is not in themselves, and it creates feelings. It could be all kinds of feelings. It could be just straight disdain because you're a way that they're not, or could be, they're uncomfortable because you're reminding them of who they want to be but aren't for some reason, like they can't make choices just like you. I mean, really, with the envy, that's a universal thought. Like, does somebody have something that you want? Could you just go get it? That might be a little spicy today, Aries, but I know you can identify. Let's see. How many we got? All right, well, you know what? We got 5, so we will take them. Woo! Got skulls coming at me. All right. Let's see what we have. So, wow, let me just take a look at these real quick. Okay, so we have shine bright like a candle. This one is you will make it through this. You have, well, let's do this one. Who in the world are you? Getting to know the real you. Getting to know the new you. Sorry. Ooh, another slip. Getting to know the real you. Let's see how that plays in. We also have follow your own good advice. A lot of times it's because we're getting advice from others. It doesn't align with what we're trying to do. We also have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. So probably, again, like remembering who we are. We'll put that one right here. And then we have, we're all mad here. Everyone is a little different. Usually I pick this up as like chaotic people around you, or like dysfunctional, toxic people around you. This might just be being a little different. Let's just pull the moons. Just gonna start pulling all the cards in the beginning. I just wanted to save the blind spot to the end, but it sheds so much light. It's like you look at the reading and you go, oh, it's this. And then you look at the blind spot and you go, oh, it's that. So yeah, let's get some moons, see what's going on for Aries. Get some moons for Aries today. See if we can get more messages for Aries. Come on. After this, we're going to do one more time, and if nothing falls out, we're going to pull. We would like some jumpers. Can we get some jumpers? Thank you. Can we get two more? Two more? You want me to pull? I will pull. Let's see. Off the bottom. Ooh. All right. So for you, Aries, we have first quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. It's the last card I slipped on. I said unleash your highest self. So there might be a Capricorn involved. And then we have, and let's see here. First quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. It kind of seems like we are going along with either someone we really are or someone we newly are. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Put that one over here right now. So there might be a Scorpio, a Capricorn, or a Virgo involved for you, Aries. And let's see what our blind spot is. We would like just one blind spot, please. One blind spot for Aries today. Whoa. Oh, Aries, although you might have all these blind spots, we're not going to do it. All right. Sometimes I take one, but I'm not inclined to take any of those right now. Let's just see if we can get one to jump out. One to jump out for Aries, please. This deck is large. It's not really made to do what I'm doing with it, but there we go. What have we got? Card number 40. That's your sigil for card number 40. Let's see what's going on with 40. Ooh, I usually have a piece of paper here to remind me what the blind spot is. We'll see if I forgot. Likes to slip out. And I do think we've gotten it before, but we'll just see. We'll see. We'll see. Suppression. Yep. Stop yourself from becoming aware of or expressing or acting on something that is arising within you. That's what it looks like. Okay. Suppression, suppressing action. Well, the first thing I see is this is something that you might be aware of. This is something that might be tied to a spiritual awakening. You have the gate here. You have the garden and the gate here. So we're always talking about walking through this gate, right? We're contemplating, right? Even if we weren't contemplating, we have the thinking woman. So we're thinking about it. This could be a change that we know, like as far as something that we're changing in our lives, or this could be like a change in us. Either way, there's a block. This could be coming from someone else. This could be coming from you. So this could be your envy. In other words, you don't want to change towards something, or you don't want to change into something else because you're afraid that you're going to like move further away from something that you want. Maybe something that someone else has, but probably most likely just something that you want. Or it could be someone else doesn't want you to change. And so they're kind of I was going to say in your way. It's funny because I don't necessarily believe in that. I feel like, especially if it's something that's going on with me, it's not some action I have to do. Like, let's just say, you know, I'm trying to park my car and somebody puts their car there. Well, they're in my way. I can't park my car there, but I could park my car somewhere else. Like, I don't necessarily consider like in my physical way. I just move on. As far as like emotional or something that has to do with me, no one can be in my way because they're not physically there. I mean, they're not physically in me to be in my way, if that makes sense. So it's funny that I said that. It's a possibility that their influence on you is making it seem like they're in your way. To the point where you've thought about it a little bit. And it is something that has to do with either something you're passionate about, or just with your passion in general, or the fact that, like, again, if this is about you, this could be something that you like about yourself that you want to change too, and someone else is not ready to deal with that. Suppression could be coming from them. It could be coming from you. So you might be feeling their tension towards you, and you might be saying, well, I can't move in this direction because this other person doesn't want me to. Or this could be you saying, you know, I'm scared. I don't want to move in the direction, or whatever it is, that fear. Again, it doesn't have to be envy. It could be fear. It could be anything. It could be, I always consider this card to be like a lower vibrational energy. So it could be anything. It could be depression. It could be anger. It could be sadness. I mean, if you identify with this reading, you know, you may not identify with envy. I have a hard time with envy because I don't envy things that other people have. It's like I said in the beginning of this reading, if somebody has something that I feel like I want, I look at it in a different way. I don't want to necessarily go after what they have. I want to go after what they have for me. In other words, to me, that might even look different. So, you know, again, like as the analogy of a car, like maybe they have a car that I like, but I don't necessarily, you know, oh, they have that car that, you know, I can just go get, I mean, unless there's only one in the world, go get my car and have it be for me. So like I said, at the envy, if you don't identify with envy, it might be another emotion, but like I said, like more of a lower vibe of emotion, because again, it's keeping you from acting. It's got you suppressing. Suppressing is like, you know, a lot of times we want to move, but we're, you know, being stopped, or we are stopping ourselves, or what we perceive to be stopping ourselves. I mean, we're all mad here. So again, it could be you and them, right? But you know, this is also, we are all mad here. You can also acknowledge the fact that we are all different. If you are trying to change to be different than other people, I mean, you may not be trying to change to be different than other people, but you know that that change is going to make you different than other people. You know, it's a possibility that that alone could want you to, just the fact that you would be different might be alone, like that reason alone might be enough to stop you. It doesn't even have to be, you know, extremely sinister or driven towards you not moving forward. So we have, who in the world are you? So remember when I was talking about your new self, and it probably is a new self. It could be your real self. You know, I always talk about like coming back to who we are. I mean, lately that has been the theme in these readings, coming back to who we are. Did somebody kind of bring you to a place where you weren't yourself? You had to either not be yourself to be with them, or you just weren't allowed to be yourself. Like this could be literally wanting to change back, right? Follow your own good advice. And then we have unleash your kindest self. And remember last time I said I slipped on this, I said your highest self. You also have the door to spirit and the Lightworker on the table with such a curious dream. So such a curious dream a lot of times is like sort of like when we're waking up. But again, I'm picking this one up as like coming home, which coming home a lot of times is like bringing me back, especially like I said lately, into a place of who we are. Who are we? And release your blocks. So we haven't taken inspired action. We have suppression, which is a block, but there might be other blocks, right? It might not just be that we're suppressing. Suppressing might be the first step. Once we stop suppressing, we try to move forward again, and something else might pop up, right? It could be envy, could be something else, right? Because a lot of times what people do, especially if there's multiple people, there'll be one person that kind of like tries to stop you, right? The block. And then you kind of go, well, you know what, I'm just going to take inspired action anyway. I feel good about this, or I want this, or I'm passionate about this, or I've never done this before, I want to do this. And I might just decide that I'm going to move forward anyway. I mean, there's a possibility that nobody's going to come with me even if I do decide or don't decide. And why would I hold myself back anyway if the people around me don't want to grow, change, or learn, right? I might just walk right through this door. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But either way, it doesn't matter, because we might stop the suppression, start to move forward, and then someone else steps forward and says, oh, no. I don't like this because of this. Or whatever the conversation that was interesting. That's release your blocks and just flipped over on the table, did the backflip, right? It could be. This could be multiple people. I mean, we do have a couple people on the table. I do take this as being you, but I also take this as being you, right? Which kind of tells me also that you're more powerful than these people. I mean, you know, people use the words, they throw them around, but a lot of times, you know, when I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about, you know, how you use it. And people, you know, a lot of times don't realize that they're using it or not using it, right? Sometimes when someone's involved and they're like blocking us, they're using their energy to block you. They know how to do that. And they might not even have to say too much for you to know that somebody doesn't want you to move forward, right? You could just know, like, oh, this person doesn't want me to do this, or they don't want me to do that. Sometimes words don't even have to be spoken, but you know, right? They're using their energy to block you, or they're using their energy to let you know, or whatever it is that thing is that they're trying to do, right? You can also use your energy to move forward. Like I said, you're more powerful. And especially in situations where your move, the move that you're trying to make, is a positive move, and the other person is holding you back with negativity, you're much more powerful. The positive aspect of things is way more positive than the negative. The negative is getting its energy from you. It's getting its propulsion from you. Negativity doesn't have its own power. It gets that from you. It gets that from the fear, the sadness, the depression, the envy, the jealousy, the hatred, all that stuff that people throw at you. If you allow that to block you, right? You allow it to stop you. That's you giving it power. It's not them taking it. They're only taking it when you're giving it, right? And if you want to do something else, then you just need to know what you want to do, right? Follow your own good advice. I feel like lately too, the theme has kind of been like where people think that they can use certain things to like make other people do certain things. It doesn't really matter what it is. Like I thought about using a specific example, but it doesn't matter what it is. And the thing is they don't realize that how much, especially if the other person is enlightened or is enlightening or just has a good heart, right? That person is more powerful. Maybe the person knows. Maybe that's why they might be so, oppressive about it, about trying to stop you from whatever it is that you want to do. I feel like it might not be evolving so much that somebody's trying to stop you from doing, but I feel like it's like related to that. Maybe you want to meditate and somebody's always making noise, or something to that effect, where you want to do something to move forward with something, but someone will not let you do it. I mean, it could be in a relationship. I don't really see relationship on the table. A lot of times when I see we're all mad here, I feel like it's everybody. I feel like it's family, friends, relationship, other people who are talking to family, friends, or your relationship kind of thing, right? That's why you're supposed to shine bright like a candle. And again, Lightworker, this is you using your power to break through whatever it is. And like I said, it could be multiple people. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know, a lot of times we want to act like, oh, there's 5 of them and there's 1 of me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Guys, you need to start learning what your power is. If you know you're a Lightworker, start looking into that, because this is what we're using when we're combating darkness, when we're combating negativity, the concepts behind it. If we all wanted to do our Lightworker jobs, whatever they were, and there was a group of people out there that didn't want us to do that, and they were going to try to stop us from doing it, right? And we just got together, we just got together and we said, nope, be so much more powerful than a group of people. I don't care who they are. Because the thing is about it is a lot of times when we're trying to be, I was going to say light, and someone is trying to use darkness to squash that, again, we have more power. They're getting their power from us. If we decide that we don't want to give it to them, guess what? There's nothing. Like, I'm trying to find a card. This is their only card. This is their only card, right? If there's negativity and somebody's coming at you with negativity, this is their only card. Your card is this card. And part of it is not just because it's the woman holding the heart. Like I said, could be a woman, could be a man, could be holding anything. But right now, it is about that heart. You're using your heart. Let's say you're using your heart. You have the door to spirit, right? We're empowered. We're standing by this gate. This is not like running for the hills. This is deciding. This is deciding that we want to walk through the gate because we already have a key around our neck that we're just deciding, right? And we also, this is also you, right? I mean, who in the world are you? If you don't know this, it could be a little bit difficult to move forward, like in your own sovereignty or in your own power kind of thing. But even if you just knew that whatever was going on around you wasn't decent, you could still move through that without actually knowing who you are, right? Because you would just say, well, no, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to keep moving, right? This is also your card. This isn't necessarily your card. Unless you want to release your blocks and you want to make that part of your identity, you can say, you know what, nothing's going to stop me anymore. Then this would be your card too. And this, right? These are your cards. This is their card. Seriously. This is all they got. This is a lot of times why when people come at you, they come at you kind of forcefully. Because if you didn't see them coming, you wouldn't move, you wouldn't care, you wouldn't stop, you know, you would just do whatever it is you were trying to do. If they didn't make enough noise, you would move and you wouldn't even see them, right? Because this has to come at you a little bit stronger. And a lot of times too, they might have gotten, for a little while, they might have gotten say on what you were trying to do. And then what happens is you try to take inspired action, let's say, and this person is still trying to suppress you. Maybe this is their card too. But realistically, if you're letting them suppress you, this is your card too, right? This is you. You have this as well because you're allowing it to happen. Some people know that they can't stop people. They just know. It's like parents when they try to, like, I don't know, stop him from going into the army instead of going into college, right? And they just know, I can't. There's nothing I can do here, right? Some people know. You have to let them understand that you make the decisions, especially about yourself. This could be about someone else, but again, it's still going to be about something that you're passionate about, right? It's going to be something that you're not going to take someone blocking you to make that decision because it's important enough, right? You might have even thought about it and said, hey, wait a minute, somebody's kind of trying to rip something away from me. I'm not going to allow this, right? And you might be trying to fight it just a little bit. And then what kind of happens is, you know, the resistance gets a little bit more, either because somebody puts more pressure, or like I said, there could be multiple people putting more pressure. But the thing is the pressure is going to get really bad, like really hard, really difficult, really blocky right before you break through, because negative beliefs have to work hard for you to understand, like for you to hang on to them, right? It's like aligning with somebody in who they are and just allowing them to shine bright like a candle. There's no resistance behind that, right? But when someone's trying to get them to do something or not do something that aligns with who they are, right? They try to get them to do something that doesn't align with who they are. They try to get them to not do something that aligns with who they are. That negative belief has to work very hard to allow that person to continue to be blocked. And if that person keeps trying to break free for whatever reason, because they know they're being suppressed, what happens is that negative belief or that negative energy that's hanging on gets the hardest, the most resistant right before it lets go, because it's a survival mechanism. It's like a virus. It knows it's going to die out. If it doesn't hang on and make people believe, and you just know better, then that negative belief doesn't really stand a chance. It doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter how many people hold it, and it doesn't matter how strong it is. It doesn't. There's a lot of people who get themselves into situations that they get sort of trapped, and I'm talking about like serious situations where they just find another way out, period. Period. And it's one of those things where if you're determined enough, you will figure it out, right? You'll just make a decision. You'll say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this, right? Maybe somebody wants you to do something that you don't want to do. You get to the point where you just leave. You just leave. Let me say, no, I'm not. Sorry. So, again, I want to remind you, Aries, how powerful you are, because you are. It's not even just about this card. Everybody has it. I mean, it's kind of like what I was saying, though. If you're coming from a place that's pure, a lot of times you are stronger. People don't want you to believe that. They would love for you to believe that being good is being weak. That's why they have all those sayings, you know, like nice guys finish last, or, you know, I can't remember what they say about women, or if they even say these things anymore, but I am sure that the belief is still there, right? That if you're, you know, good, I'm sure that there's people out there that still give each other bad advice about dating. Like, oh, if you show them this, then and then what ends up happening is that person ends up with somebody toxic because of what they showed them. And they go, oh, it clicks. I got this person to hang on and chase after me and all this stuff, and then you realize you don't want them chasing after you. You screwed up, right? People play around with people who have, you know, positive, you know, pure intentions. They think, oh, this person's going to be around for, I'm just going to do this and that. And you're sitting around going, you know what, I'm smarter than that. You better watch yourself, right? Maybe because you've walked through this door. Maybe you never even needed to walk through this door to know that about yourself. Maybe you just didn't put your foot down because the situation wasn't, you know, serious enough, or maybe you weren't even allowed to shine, right? There's a possibility. This card is telling you to shine anyway, to just be you anyway. People realize, like I said, when they can't like hold you back from who you are, they just realize. Like I said, I could use 1,000 examples of things that people don't want people to do. Pierce their ears, wear certain clothes, dye their hair green. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because like I said, at a point when you stare somebody down in the face and you say, what? If you don't want green hair, then don't dye your own hair green, right? I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm not necessarily saying to defy your boss or anything in a job. But again, you know, there's a certain situation where you can say, you know what? I'm just going to go get a job where I can dye my hair green. I'm just going to do that. It's like what I said when I said about going to the other parking spot. You know, you blocking me? Are you blocking me from doing the thing that I want to do? Because I don't have to stay here. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's family, friends, relationship, or a job. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, children have a different situation, you know, when they get into situations like that. But again, depending on their age and what they know about themselves, they may actually know what they're doing. They may have actually thought about it, and it may just be that they have to wait to do whatever it is they're going to do. I wanted to get, the hell is it? I wanted to get this when I was 16, but I waited because my mom said no, and I waited, and she didn't like it when I got it. But you know, I mean, I was in her house. I did what she asked me to do. You know, there's no reason why I have to do something permanent to my skin before I'm 18 years old. I don't have to. So again, you know, think about it. Is it something very important? Is it something that you're just trying to express yourself that you want to do that maybe could wait a little bit depending on, you know, hey, I got this job, but in the summer I won't have this job, or whatever is going on kind of a thing. You know, sometimes we can be, you know, suppressed or blocked, but we know it's short term. But sometimes when we're in a relationship or we're in a situation where we kind of tell ourselves it's short term, but it really is forever. You need to like figure out which one it is and then figure out which one you want to do. You're enough of your own person to figure that out, right? You're your own person. Anyway, I always say that you're the one that can make the best decisions for you. Every time you ask somebody else what you should do, they put their spin on it. They put what they expect from you, their expectations, their wants, their dreams on you. And that's the answer that you get. If you have a friend who's a true friend who wants you to choose what you want for you, they're going to tell you to make the choice. They're going to tell you to do what you want to do. Right? They're not going to introduce this in it or this. They're not going to make you do this because they care about you. Right? It's not a suppression. It's a, well, here's my advice. I don't really want you to do that, and this is why, but it's not like you're going to die if you dye your hair green or whatever is going on. You know, like I said, you would know better too. You would know if somebody was oppressing you or suppressing you for something stupid, or if it was for something real or something that was, you know, logical for the time. But, you know, this reading is here to remind you, like, who in the world are you? Who do you want to be? Because you can be anybody. I mean, people talk about it all the time. You can move to a different state. You know, you could even change your name, and you could just totally like dress different. And I was going to say shave your head, but you could dress different. You could shave your head, wear a green like a wig. Like, you could do anything you wanted, and nobody would stop you. Even if they just really just didn't want you to, because they didn't want you to leave, they couldn't stop you. Right? You are the master of your own situation. You don't have to think about it very much to figure that out. So if you want to cross through the door to spirit, somebody's blocking you, figure out how to do it. I mean, you could just meditate. They can't always be there, you know. If you need to walk away from something, whatever it is, you have the key around your neck. Again, more powerful than the suppression of the blocks. Just recognize that everybody's different. Maybe they might be a little crazy around you. If they are, recognize that they're a little crazy around you, and they don't get to say, they don't get to make the choice, right? Sometimes it is that way. Sometimes the person's reasoning is so faulty, and you're enlightened enough to know it, and you just go, yeah, no, that's not a thing. I'm not doing that, right? You can make that decision for yourself. You can take inspired action. The block might just be you acting, but it could be a thought process behind the action. So figure out which one that is. Figure out which one that is, and then do that, right? Accept yourself for who you are or who you want to be. Because there's a possibility that if you just if you just hung on to their negative beliefs, it's a possibility that you would never change, right? Never grow. Never be that person you want to be, even if you think that you're just delayed. You could be blocked. So Aries, I'm going to pull some more cards on this, see if I can get any more insight on necessarily what the block might be or what else might be going on with this. If this is your reading, meet us over at the extended. If not, until we meet again.